Today we will discuss the life cycle of bryophytes. Okay, bryophytes. Now, before that we have discussed algae, and we are discussing plant kingdom, that is kingdom Plantae. Under that algae you have discussed, and if you have any doubt of algae, you just write down in a notebook and ask me in the online class. Now come to this bryophyte. Now bryophytes includes the various mosses and liverworts. So its major two components, liverwort and moss. Okay. Now these bryophytes are non-vascular. These are non-vascular embryophytes. Now non-vascular means they don't have xylem and phloem. Now they are characterized by the presence of an independent gametophyte and parasitic sporophyte. That means this portion is gametophyte and this portion is called sporophyte, that we will discuss after later. Bryophytes commonly grow. Now what is the habitat of these bryophytes? This commonly grow in moist shaded areas in hills, and these are called amphibians of the plant kingdom. So bryophytes are called as amphibians of plant kingdom. Amphibians of plant kingdom. That means they grow in both water as well as land. So some bryophytes grow in diverse habitat, that is maybe aquatic. They may be epiphyte, that means grows on the other plants. Saprophytes, that means decayed matter, and deserts, dry rocks, everywhere bryophytes can be seen. But they are amphibians, that means they are mostly commonly seen in rainy season, where there like one of the when the first shower of rain is there, then you can see that wall is full of carpet, like green carpet, and that is nothing but moss that grows there. Now the plant body of bryophyte is differentiated into thallus-like structure. This is the thallus-like structure. They are rhizoid, that is root, unicellular, multicellular rhizoid, and no root stem leaves are there. They are not present. So plant body is not differentiated as we see normally. So here the plant body is haploid. Haploid means only one set of chromosome is there in their cells, and the gametophyte structure is there. This is the gametophyte, and this gametophyte bears the gametes, and the gametes are born here. This is the liverwort and this is the moss. So gametes are born in the gametophytic structure, and the spores are seen in the sporophytic structure. So gametophyte and sporophyte, they alternately represent in the life cycle of a bryophyte, and that we say alternation of generation. So what they show here, the life cycle is alternation of generations. Alternation of generation is seen here. Now if you come to reproduction, it's fertilization, and then we will discuss that in difference, that is in liverwort and moss, they are different. Economic importance of bryophyte. If you say bryophyte can be a food for herbaceous mammals. Species of sphagnum. Sphagnum produce peat that is used as fuel, and they also they hold water, so it's a packing material for transshipment of living material. And these bryophytes help in biological succession, and mosses form the dense mats on the soil, so that conserve the soil. It will not allow the soil erosion. Mercansia has medicinal property to cure lungs and liver infections. So now you come to the detail of this first type, liverworts. The shape is like liver, so it is, and under the Riccia and Mercansia are the two examples. So here the plant body in the liverwort is a thallus-like, and it has a leafy kind green, obviously it is green, and they spread on the surface of the soil. They have gemma cups, and these gemma cups are asexually reproduced bodies, and from there you can see antheridiophore, that means the male sex organ is grown here separately, and female also grown separately, that is called archegonia. Archegonia and antheridia, two names are there. Antheridia is the male reproductive organ, and the archegonia the female. Archegonia produce archegonium or egg, and antheridia produce sperm, that is your antherozoid. Antherozoid is the sperm structure name. Okay. Now it has got the rhizoids which suck the water, and this is gemma cups. Already I told, gemma cups are there. These are the multicellular asexual buds which develop in small receptacles, and these gemma become detached from the parent body and germinate to produce the new thallus. So that's why they spread very rapidly when the rain happens. Next one is moss. This is a moss which is a very famous one. And moss, what is the name of the scientific name of the moss? It is Funaria hygrometrica. Okay, Funaria hygrometrica. And this is the gametophyte which bear the gametes. It is having leafy-like structure, crown-like arrangement is there. Rhizoids are there, and a very small axis is there. It is not a stem, but it's an axis. Now, when the gametes fuse, then produce zygote, and from that zygote, a dependent sporophyte is developed. And this sporophyte has three parts: foot, seta, and capsule. And this capsule has the spores. And these spores, when they burst out, this capsule bursts out, and the spores are falling on the soil. Then they again grow into the new plant. So that is the life cycle of moss. So here this one is the gametophyte, this one is the sporophyte, and gametophyte and sporophyte alternately they present and the present life cycle. Without each other, life cycle will not be complete. So this is called alternation of generation. So liverworts and mosses, lots of differences are there. Liverworts are dorsiventral, mosses are having radial symmetry. Plants are thalloid, but mosses are little bit foliose because leafy-like structures are seen. Now midrib is present in, not present in the leaves, but here midrib is present. Rhizoids are unbranched, but here rhizoids are branched. Now plants bear scaly-like arrangement, they don't have the scales. Here sporophyte is differentiated into foot, seta, capsule, and mosses also foot, seta, capsule is there. Capsule possesses, here capsule possesses the spores here, and here moss protonema structure is seen. Now protonema is that structure after germination it develops, and from there the moss plants grows. But here protonema structure is absent. So this is the life cycle of bryophyte. So join online class tomorrow and clear your doubts. Thank you.